All right, there we go. A little bit of a delay. Welcome on, everyone. Kimberly Olson here, and I have Stacy Wilson-Rivera joining us. Thank you so much, Stacy, for being on today.
I'm excited to be here. Hi, everybody.
Yay! I'm so excited as well, and I wanted to take the time to talk about storytelling and talk about real life examples of how you can use storytelling to be able to build your brand. Because we obviously are in the middle of a boot camp right now. We're talking a lot about brand building, and what I've noticed just being a coach is that there's a huge disconnect between your life and what you're sharing on social media for most people. And you have done such a tremendous job of connecting the dots and sharing your story and bringing people on the journey. So I wanted to kind of unpack that today and share that with my audience. So thank you so much for just being open to this conversation. So we've obviously gotten to know each other. You've become a client of mine. We've actually partnered together in a health and wellness company, and that's how just having a front row seat to your evolution really spurred this conversation. And it's been so much fun to just build our businesses together and get to know each other. So take us back, Stacy. If you guys are joining us, say hello in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from as well. And I'd also love for you guys to share in the comments when it comes to storytelling. Do you feel like you understand it? Do you feel like you're doing a good job with it? Do you want to learn how to get better at it? That's what I would love to know. So Stacy, take us back. Take us back to when you first started out as an entrepreneur. Were you offline? Were you online? What does that look like for social media and building your brand? Kind of bring us up to speed.
Well, I actually started during COVID. I was like so many people that were just bored out of my mind. I was going through some serious depressions. I'm just like, this is just driving me crazy. And then a
For the
friend of
bird.
mine was doing a Pampered Chef party and she invited me to it. And I was just like, yes, that'll be fun. And so I did it. And back then it was just, everybody was doing them. It was just a great way to connect virtually because that's all we could do. And I did it and I was like, I could do this. I could do this. This is easy. So I joined and yeah, for the next, oh gosh, I think it was like 5 years. I did just pretty much virtual parties and I would do some remote, but I did most of all of my business online. So I did
Okay, so you
parties.
weren't
I did
one of them, because with Pampered Chef, Mary
Mhm.
Kay, there were a couple of them that were very heavy on those events, vendor
Mhm.
events, pop-up parties in person, and they struggled with that online pivot. But you came
Mhm.
in really online already from the get-go?
Yeah, because
Okay.
see, that was the best part about coming into it new. I didn't know any other way. I just knew I couldn't leave the house. So
You didn't have a choice.
exactly. And so I just went straight into, the online presence. It helped that my husband Brad is a graphic designer and he was doing all my images and helping me kind of like figure it out as we went. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then everyone else kind of caught up and then everyone started going outside again. And I started doing some parties, but I do a lot. So I preferred online. So that was the best way to do it. I think
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
my best presence started though when most successful presence, I should say, is when I joined you and started in this wellness industry because the products worked and they changed my life. They took me from being, feeling like I was on the downslope to now I'm like, I'm living again. What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? And so it's so easy to share in your stories when you have a story that you want to scream about because then you're passionate about it. You want people to see it. Look at me. And so like my hair grew back. I had a lot of bald spots. And so I get a lot of, I'll post a storyline about, our collagen and show before and after pictures. And, it's easy to sell through stories because people want to relate to you. They want to know you. And if they see you're doing it and you're using the products and they're working, then they want it too.
Now, I will say, before you kicked off this wellness business and we partnered together, before that, I actually can they get it on Amazon? Stacy's Mealtime Magic, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Stacy Mealtime. My book's online, but yeah, I have a website as well where I have a blog. And that's
Okay.
stacysmealtimemagic.com.
Stacy's Mealtime Magic. Okay, so what we'll do is on replay, you'll look below the video and you'll see the link there. Actually, you guys comment and she'll tag you. So if you guys want to check out her blog, all about Mealtime Magic, but her book is so cute. It's fun. It's got like a kind of, I don't want to say girly, but sort of magical fairy tale, ethereal feel to it. It's very fun. You guys love cooking, or maybe you want to get your kids into it because my daughters are just starting to cook. Just go ahead and put cookbook in the comments, and that way she can get you her Mealtime Magic book. The reason why I'm mentioning that is that stood out to me because you had your blog, you had your cookbook, you were posting about that. So it wasn't just you sharing about products you're loving. There was this whole foundation that you had built before we partnered together, and you were sharing recipes and blogs and things like that. So one of the elements of personal branding is it's personal. It's sharing yourself. Now, I know for you had you have health challenges, and sometimes it can be harder to like share and be motivated and all the things. And I definitely see you as full force. However, I also know that you're really good about, like, if you and Brad like go for a hike or something, like you're really good about sharing what you're doing on a personal level and tying that into your social media, which is essential because this is key, you guys. When Stacy goes in her stories and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, I had bald spots and my hair has regrown back. I love this collagen." People aren't feeling sold to because, one, the way she does it, she's not selling, which we'll talk about. But two, they've already seen Stacy consistently showing up, sharing recipes, sharing fun hacks in the kitchen, sharing like things she's doing on a personal level. There's a huge difference there. What she's actually doing is she's building trust. She's building up that know, like, and trust factor. Her people love her. They love seeing what she's up to, and they're more receptive to her stories or her posts about her products. So talk to us about partnering with this health and wellness company that we've decided to partner together. And I know for those of you, put me in the comments, there are some of you that are watching this. You love your products, or maybe you have a coaching method, or you have a course you've created, and it's the bee's knees. Like, you absolutely love it, but you're not letting people know you love it. You're not letting people know how awesome it is because you feel like that's going to be braggadocious, or you're going to annoy people or whatever. So Stacy, talk to us about why they need to share what they love, why they need to be excited and passionate, and tell us how that passion and true excitement actually equates to transfer of excitement to that person, where they're actually open to finding out about your products and maybe buying them. Tell us about the genuine passion and excitement you have for your products.
Well, I think a lot of it is just like letting people feel like, ooh, I love it. Like my book that I have, I love magic. I love the magical world. I love, it's just all fun and whimsy to me. And so I put that in my book, and I feel like people can feel what I'm about. And so I'm giving them something of value, but also bringing them into my fun world, but I'll be honest with you guys, because I've heard this a million times. Oh my gosh, I can't do public speaking. I can't talk. I can't. So I'm going to tell you guys, I have a panic attack practically every time I go live. I sweat. Like, when I get done, I'd have to go change, jump in the shower. I mean,
Sweaty armpits. Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. I always had to make sure I wore the right colors every single time. But, I did it anyways, because I'm just like, I'm just going to do it. But start short, like short videos. And, that's how I did it. I started with like short videos, and then I started a little bit longer. And, but then when I started doing, when I started doing Shackley, and I actually started feeling better, looking better, and I noticed it was better. It wasn't as hard because I loved it. I wanted to tell people about it. And but I know it's hard. Like, when I'm sick, it's like I'm not as present online, but I'll do posts. So it's like you don't always have to do lives, but it's nice to check in so people get to know your personality. They get to know you and like you. And then, like, for me, it's like all my followers would see my transition. They saw me getting better. They saw, I have people tell me all the time, "Oh my gosh, I've been loving watching you, get better. Love watching you grow," and all these things. And then people want to try the products that's doing it for me, kind of thing. So, yeah, for me, it was just huge, starting with baby steps. Like I tell people, like people on my team that have struggle with it, I always tell them, don't record it, but don't plan on posting it. Just practice. And then one of these times you're going to watch it and you go, oh, that's not that bad. Post it. I screw up all the time. At first, I used to try to be perfect and I screw up all the time. And people would laugh at it. And then I realized, well, I guess if they're laughing at me, they're kind of, I'm
Laughing with
entertaining them
you.
some way. So,
No, people want real. And you
Mhm.
brought up a really important point. I think that sometimes everyone has in their minds that they need to be this, Instagram fitness expert with six pack abs and all this stuff, or a perfectly
Mhm.
matching family, or their house, they have to have a bookcase that matches to have a brand. That's not true. Will you tell people where you were at in the beginning of your journey and how you took those baby steps? Give us some examples of real life content that you shared.
Well, when I first started, I was doing cooking, so I did cooking demos and stuff. And yeah, not perfect by any means. I used to flub all the time. I mean, I remember once being in the kitchen for 8 hours. I even ran to the store to get more ingredients and came back because I redid it 3 times
Oh my
because I kept messing up. Yeah, it was horrible. And never did post the video. So, it's like I didn't just magically get where I could be on camera. It took some practice, and it's okay to take practice. What I should have done though, in looking back, is I could have took a clip or a couple clips out of it. I found though, once I did start doing lives and things, I actually pre-recorded and then posted them at first
Mm,
because they had to be perfect, but they're not perfect. And people don't want perfect. People want to laugh at
mhm.
you. They want to they want to enjoy you. They want to see, oh, she's real, because if you're too real, it comes off, too perfect, comes off as fake, I think. And
Oh yeah.
so,
And then you're
yeah.
kind of like, is she real? Is she trustworthy? Like, I think it casts a shadow of doubt. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I struggled with being vulnerable. I like my makeup had to be perfect and all these things. And I don't wear makeup most of the time now because I don't have to, I feel like I don't have to hide anything because, like a lot of my wrinkles are gone and my
You look
skin
you look great.
glows.
You look
Yeah,
great. Like,
I have no
you don't
makeup.
need to have makeup on. I love your glasses,
Yeah.
by the way, too. It looks like there's like a
Thank you.
pink hue to it. So, okay, so you're doing the recipes, and then I obviously, when we decided to partner together, was in January. And I know at the time you had some health challenges, and I know sometimes it flares up and you have, because is that more considered autoimmune?
It's both. I have
Okay.
Yeah, because I have an autoimmune, I have heart condition, I have all kinds of things, diabetes,
Okay.
and then, POTS is
Yes.
autoimmune part of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you have severe health challenges to the point
Mhm.
where did you have a cane
I
or a walk?
did. I did. I was walking with a cane. And I have a walker slash wheelchair for when we'd go places and we're gonna do lots of walking. And,
Yes.
yeah, I had a lot of health problems. I had a nap. I usually took a nap a couple times a day.
A couple
Um,
times a day. So this is
yeah,
like debilitating
it
real
is.
life health
Mhm.
challenges.
Yeah.
So you're feeling this way, and like you said, comes and goes with feeling like down or whatever. And you decide to partner with a health and wellness company. You start using the products and you start feeling better. What does one of those first posts look like? Are you saying, "Oh my goodness, I didn't take naps today"? Are you saying, "Oh my gosh, I washed my hair and there's less hair in the drain"? Like, can you give us an example of like you hadn't arrived yet, you weren't feeling
Yeah.
like $1,000,000 yet, but you're starting to see some improvements. Can you give us an example?
Yeah, I could to see, I actually got goosebumps thinking about, "Ooh, what am I gonna share?" Yeah, actually, we joined together it was actually December,
Oh, it was
and
December.
yeah,
Gosh, that's
and
awesome.
I was sick from just before the week before Thanksgiving, all the way through up until, like, about a week and a half or something like that before Christmas. And so I remember
Wow.
talking with you and you telling me about these products and how great they are and they work. And I was just like, I was at my wit's end. I was just
Yeah.
like,
Gotta try something.
I gotta try. I've tried
Yeah.
everything I felt like, and I thought, but I'll try it. And I sat there and did it, and I bit the bullet, and I started using the products and I started feeling good. But at first I was like, I was a director with Pampered Chef. So I was very nervous about coming out and being
Yes.
like, hey,
Yes.
I'm with this now. And so part of me was kind of like, well, I'm going to take these products. I'm just going to do it on the down low and then still do my Pampered Chef. And, but then when they started working, I was just like, I got to scream from the rooftops. And so I think my first video was talking about how good I was feeling. I said I hadn't had a nap all day. I was walking around doing things and stuff like that. I just felt like I wasn't like just laying around all day. I was actually doing things, and I was just so excited. And then so I started doing live.
So you did a video though. So you did a
Yeah.
video. Was it live or did you upload it?
I uploaded it at
Okay.
first, but my
Okay.
first live was like 2 weeks after that. I
Yeah,
had been using the
I
collagen, and I
started
got
seeing you go live and stuff. Okay, so for those
yeah,
of you watching,
yeah,
if you've never launched your business, people always want to know, how do I launch a business? That's a launch. Okay, a launch is where you say, hey, I have this thing. I've been taking it. I love it. Or I have this business opportunity. I got my first paycheck. You could be with a company for a year in launch. Okay. I'm not seeing a lot of you getting out there launching and letting people know you have a business. This is so important. Stacy, if you go to her content, you guys, you know she sells health and wellness products. She shares a lot of other stuff as well, but you know that she has a business. Make it obvious for people. Make it really easy for them to do business with you. They should know, wow, if I want to feel good, I should DM Stacy because she can give me some product recommendations. So I just want to mention that because people are confused about launching. That's launching. You literally didn't even go live. You uploaded a video that you recorded. That's perfect. Okay.
yeah.
So then you started posting more, you would say?
I did. I think when I started being more, I actually started doing more lives when I started doing the wellness journey, because my first live was this. I came out of the shower, my hair is soaking wet. And I was like, oh my gosh, people, look at this. I got hair. I was like, I went to the shower and there's like no hair in the drain. And I was just like, and I thought I was like going crazy at first. I thought, oh, that's weird. And then, but I brushed my hair, still no hair. I was really excited. So I couldn't help but go live and just with my excitement. And I actually got 4 different people that actually had wanted, hey, I want to know about it. My hair's thinning. I want to know about it. And so I went live a number of times, you know, when I had hit new, you know, things like I went. Yeah, I was like when I had started to have bangs, and at one point I thought I was growing hair on my forehead, and I realized,
I'm like, oh wow, what's happening right now? But now I'm like, oh, that's good. We want that.
Exactly. I was like, oh, it just kind of receded, so now it's actually growing where it's supposed to, and it's black on my or dark brown. I'm like, what?
You're reversing the clock. I like it. So, okay, when you were in the shower and you're like, oh my gosh. And you come out of the shower and you're like, I've got to go live. I suspect the first thought was, I'm so excited. I want to share this with my audience. Was there a second thought that was like, no, I should do it later. I just washed my hair. Never mind. And then you're like, no, I'm going to do it. Did you have any of that? Any wrestling?
At first, okay, so at first I came out here, so I had great lighting. So I came out to the front room so I'd have good lighting. And then no, I just jumped on and I was just like, I just had to tell everybody. And then I look over, it was so funny. My husband came in and he was just like, slow down. Because I was so excited. I was talking too fast. That's my, you know, you can always tell when I'm passionate. Yeah, when I'm passionate and excited, I'm going so.
Yeah, I can't help it. Okay. So I know for some of our ladies, they struggle with thinking about a post they're going to do or thinking about going live or doing a video on their stories. And the doubt creeps in, you know, and they're like, oh, I don't know. They start second guessing themselves. Put me in the comments if you can relate to this, where they're like, no, I couldn't do that. That's silly, whether it's a post or going live or who's going to care. What do you do, Stacy, when the doubt creeps in and you do have second guessing happening, or maybe you're just like, oh, I'm so busy. What kind of gets you into action? Because you've been very consistent and you've consistently got new customers and team members and all of that. Like you've done such a great job. You're very consistent. What does that process look like for you in your brain? What's the self-talk?
Okay, so for me, I'm not going to lie. I have to do the whole, you really need to go live. You haven't went live in a while. But if I haven't done something live, I got to talk myself into it. But if I have something like I noticed, like my live about my hair being dark right there,
Yeah.
I was sitting in my car and I noticed it in the rear view mirror, and I pulled into the parking spot at work and I went live right then and there. And so sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to tell everybody. But the ones that are like, I just need to go live about something. Okay. Those ones I'll be like, okay, worst case scenario, you could delete it. It's like people want to laugh with you, laugh it off. If you make a mistake, just laugh about, oh my gosh, need my caffeine today or something. You laugh it off, and people will laugh with you. And I find that it's like I've had people, oh, you crack me up, or oh my gosh, I just love that you laugh at yourself. You have to, and everything. But if you expect yourself to be perfect, it's not going to happen. And you don't want to be boring. You want to be engaging. And so it's okay to be kind of like a little bit, lost or whatever. But worst case scenario, you really flub it. I've done that. Delete. It's like, how many people saw it? Few people. It's not the end of the world. But, and I think that's the thing. People think, oh, if I do a bad video, everyone's going to see it. And yeah, it takes practice, and it's okay to mess up. So I just tell myself that it's okay if I mess up, I could delete it.
That's awesome. And with your journey that you're sharing, and I would say in a given week, how often do you post about your story? I mean, your products or results or a business opportunity, how often are you posting?
Okay. So I'm not as great in that section as I need to be. I'm more of I haven't posted anything personal in a while. Oh, I should post something personal. So then I'll post something personal. Like I try to, like, if Brad and I are out and about, I'll take a picture and post it, because I want to pull people into my life so they know me on a friendly, level, as well as, oh, I can trust her advices too, so
Absolutely.
yeah. So I do try to kind of like I do at least one post most days about my business, either how it's helped me, a success story about a sale or a product. But then I also try to do something fun, like, oh my gosh, I need, I just finished my Netflix show. What's a good movie to binge on? And then I'll get like tons of people. And then a couple hours later, I'll post a business post, and then everyone's going to see it. So yeah.
I love that. Now, because I think that people are afraid to be spammy or salesy or too much. So I feel like this is because you came in during the pandemic online. Before that, everybody was like 2016, 2017, 2018, and part of 2019, everybody was like spamming their walls. And then during 2020 and beyond, everybody was online. So people really learned like you can't do that. And it's kind of done a full swing pendulum to the other side where people are really afraid to post, that they're not posting at all. Can you think of an example of someone saying, thank you so much for posting? Have the products helped any of your customers where they're messaging you, thanking you for sharing about the products or maybe the business opportunity? I personally have been very inspired by your content because I'm like, wow, to think you've had health challenges like this, and you are seeing results from these products. It's helping you on like a happiness level on a day-to-day basis. Like that fills my cup up so much. Like, what if I wouldn't have posted about Heritage Club and the opportunity for us to partner together? What if I wouldn't have posted that and you didn't even find out about these products? Like, I would have held that blessing from you. And that's what we're talking about, you guys. You could potentially be blessing other people with your business opportunity, with your products. So what about you, Stacy? Have you gotten any positive feedback from your audience thanking you for sharing your content?
I have. And, you hit the nail on the head right there. I have thanked God so many times for you, and the ways it saved my life. I mean, it literally has saved my life, and it has changed the way I do business because of the fact that I used to look at it like I didn't want to spam people. But then I was like, this saved my life. This changed my life. I want to help other people. And so I do try to help people. And when I get messages back that are, positive, like I have someone that had messaged me saying, I saved her. She's like, she sent me a picture of her yard where she had mowed it all by herself. And she was just like, I couldn't do this before. And I've had
That's
people message me
awesome.
like, oh my gosh, this, and it makes me feel so good because that is why I do this. It's like I take the products because they're amazing. I sell it because I want to save other people like I was saved. And so, and I think people don't look at that a lot of times until it affects them. But
Mhm.
even it doesn't even have to be, you don't have to be sick. This doesn't have to be saving your life. This could just be something that's improved it. Like,
Ooh,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, oh my gosh, this has changed me in so many ways because now I can do this. It just has to be something you're passionate about that you're going to help someone with. It doesn't have to be like, for me, it was life changing. It doesn't have, what you sell may not be life changing, but it doesn't mean you can't sell it with passion. So,
Yeah. And also too, when you've talked about different like wins you've had with the products, you're like go in your stories or you'll do a post, like you're like running to tell people about it because you're so excited about it. For
uh-huh.
you guys, ask yourself, are you passionate about what you sell? Are you excited about what you sell? And if not, you might need to connect the result of what you sell with the vision. So, what is it that why are you doing this and what is the point of it? Let's say you had a course that helped moms to really live out God's purpose for them. And you're just not telling anybody about it. Well, there's something missing there. You aren't really like tied to that outcome of the lights turning on for a mom, for her to like feel fully whole again, to find meaning again. You're not sitting with that potential outcome. Otherwise, you'd be shouting it from the rooftops, right? That's how Stacy is. So one of the activities we did for a coaching program that she's in is we had everybody record their story, like their background, what they do, what people can expect from their channel, and a CTA. So everybody does the assignment, and Stacey's like, okay, I really don't think I can get this down to 60 seconds or even 90 seconds. And I'm like,
It wasn't
that's
happening.
too long. That is way too long. And you're like, tell me what to cut out because this is what I got. And you sent it to me, and I was like, it's actually perfect. Like we can't cut anything out because you were so passionate with what you were sharing and it pointed back to real life examples of your journey and the evolution that I was like, it's perfect. Like leave it as is. And it was a couple minutes. My point in saying that is Stacy is so passionate about these products and this business opportunity and helping people that you don't feel sold by her at all. You just see somebody who's just really excited about what she has. So for all of you, I would encourage you to get out there more. And it doesn't even have to be a live video. Some of you just need to put a post up, okay? Or go in your stories and do a little video. But in some way, every day, you want to let people know what you do in your business because if you don't tell them, how are they going to know, right? And by the way, look at how excited Stacy is about what she's doing. Like she's genuinely fired up about this. Like she has
Mhm.
joy in what she does and she's pumped about what's to come. That's why we do this. That's what this is all about. So, any parting words, Stacy, words of wisdom for anybody who wants to get into storytelling more? They want to learn how to just get out there more. I love how you said just do it anyways, mess up. It's okay. People actually like that. Any parting words or any final advice you'd like to share?
I just want to say that, sometimes you have to evaluate what you're selling. If it doesn't make you passionate, maybe that mean, you need to find something that does fill your cup. I
Mhm.
mean, and I get not everything you sell is going to be something that's you're passionate about, you know, but I just like to make sure people are like analyzing that, they're kind of like connection because I do get excited and I do get fired up about what I sell because I feel like it changes me. Like oh my gosh, when I tell people like I take these menopause supplements and they are amazing. I haven't had a hot flash in I don't even know how long, it's like I'm excited about that because I didn't have a freaking hot flash, so it's like it's like so it's like it gets people excited too because they're like, I have hot flashes. I'm perimenopause. I get hot flashes. I'm like, they're like, they have all these symptoms or whatever. But for me, the big one was the hot flashes. They made me sick even. And so it's just like now I'll get warm and I'm like, oh, was it a hot flash? And so, it's
Not
like,
sure. Maybe
yeah,
it's just warm
I,
in here.
maybe it's just not warm. I'll give it a minute. So it's like when you have products that work and you're excited to sell them, it's like it's hard to get excited for products that don't work and you just want to sell to make money. And so, I think that's the difference. Don't sell to sell.
Can you
Sell
say that
to
again?
Don't. Oh gosh. Oh,
That
why
was
do you
so
think?
good.
Oh my gosh, really?
So it was about you shouldn't be selling products just to
Oh
make a
yes,
sale. People
yeah.
will do
Don't
that.
sell
They're
to
like, "Oh,
sell.
what could I promote to sell?" They're thinking about the sale. I love that you just
Yeah.
said that. We don't want to
Don't
do that.
sell to sell. Don't sell to sell. Sell to help, because you helping people is going to make you money. And,
Yes.
so I just like to pull everyone into my world. And I think that's the best way to sell is pulling everybody in. Everybody's my friend and I want to help
Yes.
you because I really do. So,
Absolutely. So, and thank you, Sue, for sharing that in the comments. She wrote it down in there for you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Stacy, where can people find you first off? Are you on mainly Facebook?
I am. I'm on Facebook and I'm embarrassed to say I'm on Instagram a little bit. And
It's all good.
and then I do TikTok some. It's been a bit, but I am mostly Facebook. That's
Okay,
my
cool.
favorite. And my blog. So
okay, and Stacy Wilson-Rivera, you guys can see on the screen. And then what is your blog? What is the
it's
URL?
Stacy's Mealtime Magic.
.com. Okay. Stacy's mealtimemagic.com if you want to look at her blog. She has a cookbook as well. So just put cookbook. Hey, Lisa. And then if you are interested in finding out more about what we do and partnering with us, reach out to Stacy if you have a personal connection with her. And we actually, we have an open house tonight. So if you're watching the replay, we can get you the replay, but we have an open house tonight. It's going to be with our CEO. So if you want to see, we're actually, we're with a health and wellness company that is rich in legacy. It's actually, I would say the oldest health and wellness company out there. So it has that long-term sustainable historical lineage. And it also is the fastest growing health and wellness company, which is really unusual. So we're really proud to be partnering with this company. So if you're interested in maybe starting your own health and wellness business or come working with us and being a part of what we're doing, like I said, if you know Stacy, please reach out to her. She can get you some details. And there's an open house. You can watch the replay, but you can hear from our CEO. The guy is a business mogul. I mean, I'm in awe of him. Like, I'm so grateful to have him stewarding this company and his mentorship, but we're really excited about what's to come. So if any of you are like, oh my gosh, like I'd love to know more about what you guys are doing, please reach out. We'd love to chat with you about that as well. Sue, put your blog in the comments, Stacy.
Oh, thank you.
You're the best, Sue. Thank you. And Stacy,
you.
thank you for taking the time just to share what you're doing. You're doing such a great job. You're helping so many people and just really inspiring everyone around you. So I'm so happy to be working with you in many capacities and just continuing to get to know you. So thank you so much, Stacy.
Yeah. Can I say one thing really quick before I go?
Sure. Of course.
One that loves giving back to the world, and anybody that loves companies that do the same, check out all that Shackley does. They give diapers to moms that need them. They clean up ocean trash. They plant trees. They give food to the homeless. I mean, they do.
And what's the carbon imprint thing? Where they were the first company to be zero emissions?
Totally green. Yeah. Okay. Totally green. And they're clean. I just love all the things about them. And come to the open house and listen to the CEO. You could just see that it all starts at the top. It's just amazing.
So, it really does.
Yes.
Good
thank you for letting me
values. Come. Yeah. Put open house in the comments if you want to come. We'll hook you guys up. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everyone, for being on. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.